no more with it. Hi, I'm back with another video on assumptions. The last video I did was don't assume that a person with a disability wants or require assistance. In that case, it just means before you assist, ask if that person needs your help and then they will let you know. For this video, I'm going to talk about don't assume that when a person accompanies someone with a disability, that you need to ask that person instead of speaking directly to the person with disability. The person with a disability is far more better to approach to ask any questions about them. Anything that you need to know, I am the perfect one to ask instead of the person that you may think is next to me who you may assume may know the information. But I would be the better person for you to ask any question. And one thing I say that I love when it comes to my family and friends, they don't speak for me. If we are somewhere and someone may ask a question, they will say, there she is. She is perfectly fine in answering you anything that you ask. There's nothing wrong with us at all. Nothing. I know that person feels or maybe think that they won't be able to know how to approach that person or interact with the person. But what better way for you to know than you actually going to the person directly and having that conversation, the same questions or whatever it is that you may ask of the person next to them. I'm the perfect one that you can ask, and I will gladly answer you. No, don't assume that, if you ask me some invasive question that I may just jump up and answer you because that is my right whether I need to answer you or not. Persons always say they don't know how to speak to someone with a disability, meaning that they don't want to ask them questions about, the situation. And that is totally fine because we don't want to always talk about our situation. We are humans and we just want to live life just like everybody else. The focus don't entirely have to always be about our disability. Just like if I see you and something happened to you, you don't want me to just come right off the bat and just ask a question about yourself based on your situation. No, you do develop a conversation over time, and eventually, if you need to know, the person who you are speaking with would let you know, or if you feel comfortable enough within the conversation, then you can bring it up. But you don't ask whatever it is right away. We are actually people first before anything else. Our disabilities come after. For me, I don't want our conversation, whatever question you have to be based on my disability. That everything that you're asking is about a disability. I mean, eventually that the conversation would go along and somewhere along the line, everything would flow. But you don't always have to ask that person about their disability. Have a normal conversation. We are normal people. Think about it being you. Put yourself in our shoes and think like if that were me, would I want somebody to keep asking me the same thing over and over and over. No, we are normal people that can have actually good conversation. And I will always bring up my friends and family, because even when I first got into my accident, everything wasn't based on me. Okay, yes, I got into an accident. Obviously, this was now going to be a life-changing experience, but everything wasn't surrounding that. And that's one thing I appreciated the most. It wasn't about that. They saw me for me and treated me for me. They didn't say, well, you were once up here, now that you are down here, we're going to treat you different. It wasn't anything like that. But you don't live it every day, consuming yourself basically on that. It was like as if you picked up, like you say, where you left off. And everything that I have wanted to do or get involved with, they were always behind me, and still is. They are right there 100%. Sometimes it don't even be no question asked. Once it is that, something that I say, they know that I'm very much capable of knowing what I want and not what they may want. And so they come along for the ride. And that is basically how it's supposed to be. Anyone who has a disability, whether they're born with it or you incur it somewhere in life, you would prefer anyone to treat you the same, no different in anything, because you are still human. And who would want anyone to basically be focusing on that the entire life? No, it has happened. And yes, it will take you some time to get over in time, and you go through in life, but you don't want it to be centered around that. So when you are approaching someone with a disability and you're speaking directly to the person, don't automatically first bring up the obvious. Yes, I'm in a wheelchair. Don't automatically come to me to ask me exactly what happened. Like I said, you can go along in the conversation. Somewhere down the line, the person may feel comfortable enough to, they know that you are very curious and they know that you want to ask it. Because you can also see it on the faces, like, I want to ask them, but I wonder if I should or not. Trust me, it is not the first thing that you want to bring up, but eventually it would come out. And the person will be nice enough to tell you. Once you respect the person's space and boundaries to do so, they would do so. You don't have to do anything out of the blue for them to do it. We want you to see us as you would want persons to see you. No different. Nothing is different. The only thing different is that I'm sitting in a chair, which is obvious. My brains is still working. Everything is still intact. So I would assume that if you see me and you want to approach me, simply just approach me. I'm not going to bite. We are not going to bite. And you can just simply even say hello to that person. Some person feel like if you talk to somebody with a disability, like as some person will say, like, if I see you talking to that person, like you're classifying that person to have a disability. Okay. I don't know where that concept comes from, but that's it in people's mind. They don't like to associate to the word disability for some reason. that has always has a negative tone when it comes to anything with disability. Everything with disability, persons don't see it in a positive light. They look at it entirely in a negative way. Yes, the person may have some sort of challenge, but they don't let that challenge overtake their life. And maybe too, if you look beyond that, you too may see it as nothing. I'm not saying that is everyone may think, and feel the same way or do it, but majority, and it happens a lot. If you see someone being accompanied by someone that always feel like that person is there just for basically a service, like the person that you are with can't just be you and a friend going out having a nice conversation, and even if you want to intervene, you're gonna go to that person, mind you, to ask that person about the person they're with, and you already see the person very much capable of having a conversation, but yet you're going to divert to the person that they are with. It is not something that we quite understand, but we always like to share some light on it. Don't assume that I want that person speaking for me. If I am the one that tell the person to do such and such and such and such, yes, but at the same time, I want to be able to do it myself. Let whatever it is come out from my mouth, not anyone else. Let it be what I say. So, the perfect person to ask anything is me. I am capable of answering any questions that needs to be about myself. You have the person right there. So, what's so hard in approaching that person and speaking with them? Nothing at all. Nothing at all. I would respect persons more to approach me and ask me than you going to someone else. Because I feel that nothing is wrong with me for me not to answer you, for you to address me. I'm the perfect person. And I will always say I'm thankful for my friends and family who don't or never treated me in that way to say that they want to speak for me. They have never treated me that way, and I very much appreciate it. My voice is very much heard, and I appreciate it. I hope that this tip has helped you in any way. Don't assume that we can't speak for ourselves. We very much can speak for ourselves, and we would like persons to approach us with that in mind, that we can speak for ourselves. So ask us, but be respectful in asking the question also. And of course, we will answer you. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and until next time, bye.